Smoky haze from wildfires. Ivan's home saved after detached garage goes up in flames. And Zion Transit route stalls due to driver shortage.
You're watching St. George News at 5. Brought to you by our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law.
Good afternoon, I'm Christy Langenheim. A smoky haze has settled over southern Utah, drifting in from more than 20 wildfires burning across Idaho, including the massive Wapiti fire. According to the National Weather Service, smoke concentrations from these fires have been moving southward from Salt Lake City, blanketing much of the region. The Wapiti fire, which started on July 24th during a lightning storm near Boise National Forest, has burned over 112,000 acres and is currently only 8% contained, per the National Interagency Fire Center. The National Weather Service predicts that the haze will clear by Friday, with temperatures rising to 102 degrees. Despite the lingering haze, warmer weather is expected to help dissipate the smoke in the coming days. An Ivans residence was saved from a potentially devastating fire early Friday morning after a neighbor reported flames engulfing a detached garage. Firefighters were dispatched to the home near Main Street and Center Street just after midnight. Ryan Moore, Public Information Officer for Santa Clara Fire and Rescue, said the crews arrived within 4 minutes to find the detached garage fully engulfed in flames. The homeowner had safely evacuated, but the fire was spreading rapidly, prompting firefighters to take a defensive approach due to the collapsed roof. Despite their efforts, the fire spread to a nearby camper, pickup truck, and outdoor shed. No injuries were reported, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. The highly anticipated St. George to Zion bus route, intended to ease traffic and provide public transit to Zion National Park, has been delayed due to a shortage of qualified drivers, despite buses and funding already being in place. We'll go to Maury Kessler for the full story.
The anticipated St. George to Springdale public transit route that local transportation officials hope to have launched by midsummer has stalled due to a lack of bus drivers. St. George Public Works Director Cameron Cutler told St. George News that the new route, which is an extension of the city's SunTrans service, only has 4 of the 8 to 9 drivers it needs to staff the route. The lack of drivers stems from a lack of applications, as well as applicants initially not having the needed qualifications. Cutler said bus driver applicants need to have a commercial driver's license that also has a passenger endorsement. However, after months of trying to find the right applicants, Cutler says the city will cover the training needed for new hires to acquire both the CDL and the endorsement. Once enough new drivers are hired and trained, the new route will be able to launch. A St. George to Springdale transit route has been in the works for years and is seen as a way to help ease congestion moving in and out of Springdale by providing a transit option for visitors to Zion National Park, as well as locals who work in Springdale yet do not live there.
Thanks, Maury. Now we'll head over to Jill Paulson for your update on the southern Utah real estate market.
Fall is on its way. It may not feel like it outside just yet, but the kids are back in school and the weather is now in the high 90s instead of 108 degrees. I know I have been talking a lot about interest rates coming down, and as I said, the rates are at the best they have been in a year and a half, and they're projected to come down more this month. So if you've been sitting on the fence, now is the time to jump off and into the real estate market. And of course, when you do that, make sure you research and find a well-qualified agent that can get you the information you need.
Thanks, Jill. Utah Governor Spencer Cox, alongside New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham, called on the federal government Tuesday to address a $25 billion maintenance backlog and overcrowding in national parks and public lands. In a bipartisan letter from the Western Governors Association to Senate leaders, Cox and Lujan Grisham urged increased funding for staff, visitor facilities, and infrastructure, while advocating for technology solutions to spread visitors to less congested areas. The letter emphasized the need for federal, state, and local collaboration to preserve outdoor recreation for future generations. The American Red Cross is urging donations, particularly of type O blood, amid a nationwide shortage caused by summer heat waves and severe weather that has led to a 25% drop in the national blood supply. We'll go back to Maury Kessler for the story.
Over the summer, the American Red Cross announced its national inventory of donated blood was down more than 25%. While the shortage of blood donations during the summer is not an uncommon occurrence due to a number of factors, this past season has only served to aggravate the situation. Severe weather events and extreme heat have played part in canceling several blood drives in different parts of the country at a time when the demand for blood by hospitals remains constant. Aiming to raise awareness of the shortage and prompt Utahns to donate blood, Governor Spencer Cox declared Wednesday, September 4th, Utah Blood Donor Day to coincide with National Blood Donor Day.
Thank you for watching St. George News at 5. To learn more about our studio sponsor, We Win Injury Law, go to WeWinInjuryLaw.com. I'm Christy Langenheim with St. George News, your #1 source for local news.
This has been St. George News at 5, brought to you by We Win Injury Law.